All right, back. What's going on, guys? To an exciting new edition, main event, Talkin Hands. So I'm host Preston, joined by my co-host, Mr. Danny Betts. Here to break down this weekend's main event action. We have Francisco Rodriguez taking on Galal Yafai, and we will touch on the Sasaki fight taking on Brian Norman Jr. As always, before we get into those fights, we'll have to recap fights that happened last week, and it's a good recap for us because Richardson Hitchens dominates George Kambosos Jr. George Kambosos gets stopped round 8, I believe. Got up. Basically, the ref called the fight. He was getting beaten up bad. Got a little worried the 7-12 might not hit because it was either around 4 or 5. He was really taking a beating.
Mm-hmm.
But Hitchens did what he said he was going to do. Looked good doing it. And Kambosos, I was worried because his last fight was a cupcake against Shake Wiley. Wiley was hitting him quite a bit. Just didn't have the skill as a Hitchens. And Hitchens got done, looked good doing it. Danny, what are your thoughts on the performance by Richardson Hitchens?
Yes, sir, bro. We cast the plus 400 with 7-12 with Hitchens. Shout out to Zoe in the chat. Yeah, lady, I've been on a crazy hot streak. I don't know what's gonna, but I try not to think about it. I'm trying to concentrate. I don't let that like fuck me up with like my tape study and stuff. But yeah, Hitchens got it done, bro. It was just a mismatch. I'm like, there's no way Kambosos wins this fight. Too small. Going up to 140, find a guy like Hitchens that just keeps getting better. Young guy, great jab, good boxer. I mean, he saw what we saw again. Like the same thing. I mean, if you just watch the Loma fight, like we broke it down perfectly. I'm like, you gotta go to the body. He tends the gas and then just pour it on. I was just scared. I'm like, Hitchens sometimes does doesn't go for the knockout, but he was saying it the whole week. So I was like, okay, Kambosos is not dangerous, bro. Let's be honest. I mean, like he doesn't have crazy power, so you should get it done and disrespect his power. So Hitchens got it done for us. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean the only aspect is I think round 6, Kambosos flurried a bit, throwing his big wide looping punches, kind of hit Hitchens. Hitchens went back in the corner, and they're talking about on the broadcast. Yeah, they like yap at each other in the corner. Like I don't know if they're getting in arguments or what, where they're not. It seems like they're not on the same page, but obviously it ended up not mattering because he got the job done and it looked good doing it. But,
I swear he does that. He's done that like 3-4 fights. Like they
Yeah.
do that all the time.
Yeah, because he was, I don't know what he said, but he was almost like, yeah, like just shut up or something
Yeah.
like to the corner. But yeah, he looked good knockout, good finish, and yeah, easy fight for us to call. Nice big plus money, which is always good, and good win. If you want to touch on co-main event, I know Andy Cruz looked good. That's another one. Thank God I didn't touch the 7-12, just the KO, because
Dude, plus
that guy was there to just be a knockout. So what do you think about it? Yeah.
Oh, dude, it went perfectly how I thought, man. Shout out to my boy Nuke Worker. Smash that like, fellas. And it was just the defense for me, man. I'm like, this dude, this Asian or Chinese fighter or whatever, he has had poor defense. And he doesn't move. He only moves straight back or straight forward. That's it. Like no pivots, no angles, no nothing. I'm like, he's just there to be hit. And I'm like, everything lines up for Andy Cruz knockout. I had a max bet on that. It was like plus 130. I missed it, bro. I said plus 150. As soon as I went, it got hit. And I'm like, but that was fine. Plus, I'm like, this would be like minus 180. Like, to be honest, dude. Got the 5th round knockout. Looked great. Could have actually got it done in the 4th, honestly. But yeah, Andy Cruz looked good. And now he's probably going to fight for the title.
Yeah, he was. I don't know if it was a post-fight interview or maybe press conference or something of the like. I don't say he was calling out Keyshawn Davis, but definitely had some words for him.
He's always, any chance he gets, he talks shit about him.
Yeah, so if that fight were to get made, that'd be a very entertaining fight. But I think Keyshawn Davis now is basically back of the line for a lot of things. You know, he has to get his stuff sorted out before he gets that acknowledgement like we talked about, because that was horrible what happened to him last week. That being said, we're going to move right along. Kind of a brief slate this weekend, not a huge big fight, but obviously, we're going to talk about the fight. That's the title of the video. Francisco Rodriguez taking on Yafai. Current odds, FanDuel, have Galal Yafai minus 350, Rodriguez plus 250, Fight Goat minus 230, Rodriguez KOs plus 420, Yafai KO plus 370, Francisco decision plus 700, and Galal decision minus 145. Dane, where are you liking here for this fight this weekend, Saturday?
We seen Galal fight Sonny Edwards in his last fight.
Yep.
If I'm not, I think you were on the same thing with me. We were both on Sonny on that one, but one thing I can't predict, bro. Like I don't know where people's heads at. You know, like I didn't know he was retired.
He was checked out.
He did not want to be in there. So
yeah,
you know, he got his ass with Yafai was piecing him up, got a stoppage. Sonny Edwards pretty much quit, and I like seeing that because like you get this fight and people remember that obviously you know Sonny Edwards at one point was pretty hyped up, good skills, just no power at all, and now he's finding somebody that has a lot of experience. Rodriguez fought Junto Nakatani. If you don't know about him, the dude's legit. Asian fighter. One of the best like fights I want to see is him versus Inoue. That would be a crazy fight. He fought another Asian, Loka, or I think that's how you pronounce his name. He's another good fighter too. So he's got really good competition. Guy's tough as hell. So you know he's 39-6. So don't go crazy seeing those 6 losses, bro. Like he's fought like great fighters. Like shout out to OE. That Nakatani fight was crazy because he was competitive, man. Pressure, didn't get hurt, and that showed me a lot of grit and things like that. And I think we're gonna. It's not like I wish it was plus money. I thought that it was gonna be an overreaction when Yafai knocked Sonny Edwards out. But I think he wins a decision. You know, kind of competitive decision because, like I said, Rodriguez is no slouch. He's there, throws volume, good pressure. Has some pop, not the craziest power, but he does have some power. So I think Yafai's got to be, you know, cautious a little bit more careful. Like he can't just go in there like he did with Sonny Edwards that had no power. I don't know if you saw that fight with Rodriguez and Rocco. I think it was. I think his name was Rocco, or they called him Rocco or something like that. I think that fight goes like this, pretty similar. You know, a lot of good action, competitive, but I think Yafai wins like a maybe 8-4 type of fight decision. So I like him by decision. Obviously, I like the over too, but I think Yafai gets it done. And this is in the UK too, by the way.
Yeah, it's an early fight Saturday, probably like 2 p.m. or so Central Time. So I actually bet this a little better number actually. So I got minus 125 on FanDuel for Yafai decision. It's minus 145. I still co-sign that. I watched the Nakatani fight for the main tape study because, like you said, I do believe overreaction with Galal, with him just romping right through Sonny Edwards. Sonny Edwards didn't even throw like any punches back. He's just running around and like cowering the whole fight. So, just a horrible fight by him. Fight looked good, stops him. Now he's fighting a tough Mexican fighter who can take a punch. He got hit by Nakatani a few times. Nakatani has a great KO record on, you know, overall. He knocks a lot of guys out. He took those punches. I think he'll take Galal Yafai's punches and be there to the very end. And I personally think the line just for him to win the fight, minus 350, it opened like 260. I even think that's a little low. That seems pretty parlayable to me. But yeah, I like Galal Yafai here, points or decision. Current odds, FanDuel minus 145. Might be able to get better. DraftKings, Bet365. Like last week, Danny saw him plus 150, went down to plus 130 for the knockout. I end up getting plus 105. So other books will open it at different numbers. And shout out our guy, Mario Barros, in the chat.
Let's go. Blaze up, 420.
That being said, we're going to move right along. I don't think there's a big co-main event fight on this card, to be honest. At least not that one that I've seen. So we can move to what I think is going to be a really fun fight. Jun Sasaki taking on Brian Norman Jr. So this fight's Thursday, early morning, Japan. Brian Norman Jr. is taking the trip overseas, which you don't see too often. especially with a champion like Norman. Current odds, FanDuel, Brian Norman Jr., pretty decent sized favorite, minus 650. Sasaki plus 410. Fight doesn't go is minus 205. Brian Norman Jr. to win by KO minus 135. Sasaki KO plus 550. Brian Norman decision plus 210. Sasaki decision plus 1200. Dang, what are you thinking here? Brian Norman Jr., Jin Sasaki.
Norman, man, he's been killing it lately. You know, big power, good volume, tough as hell. One thing I found out too, like he's obviously this is in Asia or Japan or whatever, right?
Yeah, Japan. Yeah.
He flew over there like 3 weeks ago, so that's great because obviously that's like a big time, you know, change in time and things like that. Everything's different. You know, the food, the water, everything. So that's great for him and his team to get acclimated with the time and things like that. Because man, I just travel, you know, from Nashville. I'm tired. Like that's just an hour difference. Like it's still traveling and stuff, and you're there for a fight, so you gotta make sure your body's right. So I like that for him. He's only 24 years old, so I'm seeing improvements. You know, every fight a little bit. His last fight with Cuevas, I thought was going to be a little bit more competitive than that. Because looking at some of the tape on Cuevas, I'm like, oh, this guy got some skills. But man, he beat his ass. Like, it was easy for him. So Sasaki, this is gonna be an entertaining fight, like you were saying. Like Sasaki is another guy that likes to, you know, just go in there and bang. They like to fight. Norman and Sasaki's got the same style pretty much. The only thing that Sasaki I don't like is that, I mean, he gets hit. Like
his hands are low.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fight. Obviously, you're gonna get hit, but his defense is not that great.
Yeah,
like, you know, so entertainment wise, this is gonna be a banger in my opinion. Like they're gonna go at it. He's got some power too. I think it's a little bit overrated in my opinion. But he's more like, I have to break you down. When Norman can just catch you and hurt you like with one punch and break you down at the same time.
Yeah.
I've been torn a little bit because I like Norman in this fight. I think it's going to be a competitive fight for the first half of the fight. But I think Norman breaks him down late. And there's different lines out there, man. I think the best one I found was minus 110 for knockout. I like Norman by knockout at minus 110. Okay. It could be a little bit recency bias because he's got multiple knockouts in a row. Yeah. But it's just going off like what I'm seeing with Saki. Like he's fought some decent competition too. It's just like I can't trust his defense, man. And he hasn't fought somebody like this guy. You know, athletic that could punch like Norman. So I'm gonna take a gamble, and I think he gets the knockout. Not super confident, but that's gonna be my play for this one for sure.
Yeah, so I almost wish we could do these shows earlier because I actually have Brian Norman Jr. KO plus 100 on FanDuel. I took that Sunday, so I like it. The line went up. I watched 2 fights of Sasaki.
Well, this is Thursday. That's why too.
Yeah,
or Thursday morning or something like that.
Yeah, Thursday at like 6 a.m. The thing with Sasaki, if he doesn't push the other guy back, he's gonna lose. Like whoever he fights, and now he's going to the top of the division. And my thing, though, I will say this: like caution for Brian Norman Jr. I think if he were to fight a top guy, but right now 147 is pretty weak because Boots just was forced to move up basically to 154. So I think he's going to get knocked out eventually, Brian Norman Jr. I don't think Sasaki's going to be the one to do it because I think Sasaki, like I said, gets hit too much. His hands are low, and he doesn't respect the opponent like at all. In the fights I watched, he got knocked down by this. It was on ESPN. He got knocked down in round 2.
Yeah, he
finished this guy in round 3. This Japanese guy.
He's been down multiple times. Yeah, I mean he lost by the KO too. So
yeah, and he was just off balance, and he got knocked down. You know, you could say flash knockdown. Gets up and just crowds the guy, like hunts the guy, lands a beautiful left, knocks him clean out. But in my opinion, that guy had no chin. And what I liked with Brian Norman was he fought Santillan, I believe it was.
Yeah, that's when he won the belt.
Yeah, that was a tough fight
Yeah,
where he took some punishment there,
yeah.
stayed in the fight, and eventually knocked him out. Great uppercuts. He's willing to take punches. He'll give two to, take one type thing. And yeah, I like how he fights. I really think, I don't know if anyone's going to really be awake for the fight, 6 a.m., but I highly encourage you to watch the replay of this fight because there's no way it's going to be a boring fight, in my
Oh
opinion.
no.
And yeah, I think Brian Norman Jr. will get the knockout. Odds have moved up. I still agree with the odds. I still co-sign it, and I'm sure, like I said, other books have probably even better odds too. I think he's going to stop this guy. I hate Sasaki's defense, and like I said, if you push him back, he will get stopped. I think Brian Norman Jr. will push Jin Sasaki back and knock him out in Japan, which is crazy for him to go over there for this fight, but kudos to him. Not a lot of boxers would make that trip. So, yeah, I like Brian Norman Jr. by KO as well. Pretty cut and dry.
They pay well. That's why too over there. So he's probably getting a nice bag.
Oh,
This
yeah.
fight, yeah.
Because, I mean, you look at this guy's record, the Sasaki, no real opponent, like that he hasn't fought really anyone, and he's moved up in weight a lot.
Yeah, he's only 23. But you don't see
Yeah.
this. 23 years old and then Norman 24. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. So these are two guys, young, welterweight, and yeah, I just think it's a little too much too soon for Sasaki. Is to fix the defense. I do like his offense though, but I think it's gonna be a tough fight for him. Very tough fight for him this Thursday. Fights Thursday. Okay, moving on. Boxing news. Pretty light week, to be quite honest. We kind of just touched on Eddie Hearn. I don't know if he forced Boots to go up or Boots said, "Hey, I'm moving up," but the Lopez fight's gone, so he is moving up to 154. Hopefully, we get some news or updates on that, and that's really it. I mean, this was a really light week. Dan, did you see anything?
I didn't see anything. Not that I could remember. Shout out to Big Show.
Yeah, shout out Big Show Picks in the chat. If you guys should watch Locker Room Talk podcast, UFC Baku. That's a different city
Right.
for sure. UFC Baku, Khalil Roundtree, Jamal Hill, Locker Room Talk podcast. We'll break it all down for you guys. Best bets, parlays, all that good stuff. Dan, do you have anything you would like to add, touch on before we get on to like pretty much best bets or anything?
No. We could just go with best bets and close it
Yeah,
out.
pretty light week because next week's our big week. It's Jake Paul week
Oh,
next
yeah.
week. So,
No, it's Amanda Serrano, bro. Come on now.
well, no,
Can't say
she's
it.
2 weeks after.
Is it 2 weeks? Oh yeah, you're right.
She's in
We're not
July, and then
Fuck.
the co-main next week, Zerto.
Yeah.
So that'll be our big week. Daniel, let you take the floor. We pretty much have the same stuff. So
Yeah. Best bet for these fights. I like Norman by KO, and then I like Yafai by decision. Those are my two plays.
yeah, I literally bet those. Like I actually
Yeah.
did bet those already on FanDuel. So I co-signed both those plays. I think I like Norman KO more though, and it's a better price. So
If I had yeah, I would agree. It's close, but just because of the price, I would say Norman by KO.
yeah, and yeah, I don't know. It's tough because I do think Sasaki, if he upsets Norman, it would be a knockout. So you could maybe parlay the fight doesn't go, but it's minus 200, which is kind of tough. So don't really love that. I'd rather just take the Brian Norman Jr. KO.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he'll get him out of there. All right. That being said, if you guys could like on the video, comments down below what you like for this weekend's action, your thoughts fights last week. We did have one guy last week, unfortunately, take George Kambosos in the chat. Unfortunately, he's not here to talk about it, or he's in the comments actually on the video last week. But
I didn't see that. Shit.
yeah, he wrote it like plus 1,400. I think Kambosos' decision or something. So that did not happen, unfortunately for him. If you guys could, if you want to become a member here, support Pub Sports Radio, become a gold member. Like it's scrolling down, $9.99 a month. Get log into the horse races for Jimmy betting with the Veg Thursday and Friday. Also, need a sports book, sign up, use our promo codes, description down below, links down below. All those lines are pretty much quoted from FanDuel. Bet365 has fantastic lines when they, put them up. So, yeah, that'll be it pretty much for us guys. Danny, anything you want to touch on, add to the chat before we get on here for the locker room talk?
Same shit, different day. Follow me at Danny Betts with 2 Z's everywhere on social media. My Patreon for my boxing bets. I'll have another. It'll probably be my biggest bet on the Norman fight card.
Okay.
I just gotta study it a little bit more, but seeing what I'm seeing, I have a pretty decent bet for that a fight in that card. So check us out on Saturday for the stream. It's an early card for UFC. I think it starts at 12 Eastern, if I'm not mistaken. I think so, but. So it's an afternoon card, so those are pretty dope because then you got the rest of the Saturday to enjoy. So let's get it.
Yeah, if you guys want to follow me at Press Hector, Twitter, just everything Pub Sports Radio. Tune in to the Guys Locker Room Talk podcast, UFC Baku. Mills just dropped an interview, PFL. I don't know if Danny's going to hop on with the fellas.
Not for this card.
No, okay.
I'm only doing the tournament. Shout out to One Time.
Yeah, show you Wine Time. Wine Time's doing well, killing it. Wine Time, we need Edmonton tonight. Hopefully they can fucking win a hockey game. That'll do it for us, guys. Tune in to us next week. Next week we're going to talk about Jake Paul, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. Will we see the return of the old Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.? Got to tune in next week to find out our answer for that. But that'll be it for us, guys. We'll see you guys next week. This was Talkin Hands, Pub Sports Radio. Peace, guys.